Watch this video and I will teach you my top 4 tips for anger. These top 4 tips address the root cause of anger. You cannot manage anger if you don't know what it is and you don't know what causes it. Tip number 1. What is anger? What is the definition of anger? And so here on my computer, I just Googled anger, and it says, anger, a feeling or showing of annoyance, displeasure, or hostility, full of anger. Pretty useless definition, if you ask me. That tells us absolutely nothing of what it is and how we can better manage our anger. Definition of anger in psychology. Anger is an emotion characterized by antagonism towards someone or something that you feel has deliberately done you wrong. This is a little bit better of a definition, but still useless. So to define anger correctly, we need to define what an emotion is. So we're going to go to Google again. The definition of an emotion, a natural instinctive state of mind derived from one's circumstances, mood, or relationship with others. God, it just irks me. Such a bad definition. There's a little bit of truth to it, but again, not precise and not really usable whatsoever. Then the definition of an emotion in psychology is emotions are conscious mental reactions. I have an issue with that right away. Most emotions come about subconsciously, and I would say about 5 to 10% of the population has good conscious control over their emotions. Subjectively experience the strong feelings, usually directed towards a specific object, and typically accompanied by physiological and behavioral changes in the body. So that's a little bit of a better definition of emotions. So the word origins of emotion have a Latin and a French origin, and it means to move and to stir up and to get somebody to move. So my definition of an emotion is based off of the function of the brain. The function of the brain is to help you survive. An emotion is a feeling your body gets which helps you survive. Positive emotions bring you closer towards things that increase your survival, and negative emotions help you distance yourself or deal with things that are decreasing your survival. So anger. So now that we know what an emotion is, what is anger? Anger is an emotion our brain uses to get us to fight something that we feel is decreasing our survival. And on a subconscious level, we feel that this threat we are able to fight it. Whereas we start to feel sad and depression, on a subconscious level, we feel like we cannot fight this threat. All right, so now that we actually know what an emotion is and what anger is, how do we use this information? So let's say somebody gets really angry about blue dry erase markers. Why would they get angry about this? Their perception of whether this thing increases or decreases their survival is dependent on their past memories. I like dry erase markers because I have bad experiences with chalk. I've tried to do videos with chalk before and it absolutely sucks. I really like using dry erase things. I have a lot of good experiences with them. These markers are responsible for helping me save a lot of people from gut issues. But let's say you have somebody who runs a business. I remember reading a business book about this one guy who, in his office, he had a bunch of dry erase markers and none of the employees would clean the boards well enough and it just looked nasty and messy and he was always complaining about it. And so dry erase markers made him angry because he felt dry erase boards made the business look sloppy and made clients not want to sign up with them. Therefore, dry erase markers are a threat to his survival, and he, on a subconscious level, felt that he could fight it. Or we could use another example, like maybe one kid at school, he was bullied, and somebody drew, with a Sharpie marker, a permanent marker, they drew like something bad, kick me on the back of his neck. And now this kid hates all markers. And they may be conscious of where this came from. They might subconsciously know why they feel this way, or it might be a mixture of the two. And in my experience with working with people, it's usually a mixture of the two. It takes a little bit of digging to pull up those old memories and to figure out where these beliefs. Everything is a stimulus. Something has to come in through the senses and it gets analyzed. Has this been a threat in the past? Has this hurt our survival in the past? Has this coin hurt our survival in the past? Has this diagram of a stomach hurt my survival in the past? So what we need to do to get over our anger issues is to identify the stimulus. What is the thing that causes me to be angry, and what was the memory that created the belief that this thing is a threat to my survival? So now that we know the stimulus that's causing us to feel angry, we can then come up with a strategy to make it so this thing doesn't threaten our survival anymore. Sometimes it's a total delusion. It's based off past previous things, and the person's like, oh wow, I can see where that came from. I don't need to get angry anymore because that situation doesn't apply to my life anymore. But let's say this person's running their business, they have whiteboards all over the office, and he's being told like, I gotta look clean, I gotta look professional, otherwise I won't get high-end clients, and da 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 da. We have multiple different solutions for what is causing his anger. One, we could get rid of the whiteboards and come up with a new technology. Like maybe there's electronic whiteboards you can use or something. Maybe they moved to chalkboards. I don't know. Like maybe there's something else they can do. Maybe when they were developing their business, they had a mentor tell them that, hey, it's very important to be super cleanly and da 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 da, if you want to get high-end clients. But what if he gets another mentor that comes along and tells him the exact opposite, who's like sloppy and all this stuff, and he goes, look, I don't need to be clean, and I can make all this money. Something needs to happen for him to break that belief, or maybe he can come up with a system to get his employees to clean the whiteboards on a regular basis so that it doesn't look sloppy anymore. Maybe he can buy better spray or put a sign up or something like that. But a lot of the times we don't understand where our anger is coming from, so it's like almost impossible to create a strategy. So let me know in the comments below, what makes you angry and how does that thing threaten your survival? If you're suffering from gut issues, what you need to do is go down in my description and to sign up for my free instant webinar, and I will show you my 13-day 4-step Mike method. It helps you rewire your brain so you're not angry all the time and putting your gut into overdrive and causing your symptoms.